Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Chris Alquez, and this is your Best Life Defined. How you doing today? As always, I'm doing pretty good. I haven't fallen off a cliff in a while. Still working out. Well, I actually took a break. The shoulder is giving me a little bit of fits. My right shoulder is kind of giving me stuff. I think I went too hard, so I had to step back on that. I'm still trying to do the martial arts. The kicking is working for me, keeping my lower body strong, doing a lot of leg work. Hopefully, I can get back on shoulders next week, start lifting some weights again. You know what's cool about this life I'm living? Sandy and I both retired at 54, and we traveled around the country in our fifth wheel, and we're doing our thing, right? Is that, we're really kind of into us. We have three grown kids and their spouses and our grandkids and stuff, and we spend a lot of time with them, but we don't generally get in their business too much. We tend to do us, right? And ever since I started doing that, it's kind of been really beneficial and enlightening to me. I think if there was anything or any path towards living your best life, I think it probably would start there. See, I think our failure in achieving our true potential is the fact that we don't spend enough time with us to actually figure out what that true potential looks like. I mean, and think about it, the amount of distractions, the number of distractions that are in our life every day. I mean, that phone, for granted, and I value my phone, the technology's there, it's a computer. There's so much information on it, but the burden I face is how do I convince you that that phone is a tool and that if you use it to acquire skills, you can accomplish anything? Does this mean you don't have a Facebook account? No, of course not. But I think the problem we have is that tool tends to allow us to spend way too much time engaged in conversations about other people. And I don't mind. I'm the king of advice. I show up here every day and I give you advice about how to live your best life, right? And maybe that's the part of this that's difficult is that, well, who am I to be telling you how to live your best life? And I think that's the key for when it's time for you to do you. That is to focus on you. And in essence, in a way, basically by me showing up here every day, I'm doing me. I'm waking up every day and I'm reflecting on the day before and what my plans are in the direction of my life. But instead of remaining silent about it and just pursuing that, what I'm doing is I'm actually thinking out loud. But this is not an opportunity for me to tell you what to do. I'm not telling you to go to school. I'm not telling you to be like me. I'm not telling you to be a mechanic or to change anything about your life. I'm saying look at you and see what you discover. So I guess I look at this social environment, especially with the political upheaval, and I'm not making any position about Biden or Donald Trump or anything like that. But what concerns me is regardless of the individual or the idea or principle, we tend to jump in on these ideas and these principles and we push those ideas forward about religion and politics and what's good and what's not good and all these so many things to the point that we own those thoughts, those foundational thoughts, right? We believe in Donald Trump, we believe in Biden, right? The struggle I see in that is I guess there's room for some of that. But how do we justify putting so much effort into paying attention to other people's lives, into learning about other people's lives, about supporting other people in their endeavors when our lives are in the condition they're in? I'm a little selfish like that. I mean, the reason I show up here is because I'm reminding myself that yes, this stuff works. Yes, if you focus on you, then you will become the best person you can be. And it's only when you get distracted that that success is compromised. Only when you decide, well, I guess I'm not going to do me today. I'm going to spend 8 hours playing video games when you should have been spending 8 hours trying to figure out what your next step is, what your next move is, because financially you need to make some changes, right? I'm not arguing about what you believe. But beliefs about people that don't have any direct impact in your life, beliefs about things that aren't taking your life in a specific direction are kind of a waste of time. It can be anything. I mean, I guess I could ask, I could be twisting this around and say, oh, no, 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 that's not exactly true. Do me. I'm the answer to all your problems. I'm the answer to all success comes from me, right? And have you follow what I'm saying. I'm telling you, do you. It's okay if you don't listen to another podcast because you finally figured it out and you've decided, hey, wait a minute, I don't have time for that podcast right now because I'm going to work on me. I'm going to take my life somewhere, some aspect of my life to the next level. That's exactly how it should be. But one of the most difficult hurdles I faced when that was most of my life was unsolicited advice to other people about how their life could be better. What was ironic about that was while their life, I'm telling them that their life could be better, my life is sucking. I'm not doing that now. There's a video or a blog or a podcast documentary of my life, right? I wake up every day and I live in an RV and I wake up every day trying to figure this thing out called success and happiness. Trying to learn how to become better at what I'm doing because I want a better outcome for myself. And I guess in a way I want to validate that what I believe is true. Now, the fact that I've gone public with this, the fact that I show up every day and I do this, is no indication that I'm trying to push you into becoming like me. I don't want you to be me. The reason I show up here every day is because I want you to do you. But this is where the problem comes in. There are a lot of opportunities for us to stick our nose in other people's business. We do it all the time. I mean, recently, my wife and I had a conversation about someone we know. And of course, because of our lens, because of how we view life and where our value system is, it was easy for us to jump into some conversation about, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why the hell should they do that, right? Well, after an hour of conversation, it dawned on me, what does it matter? How do I know that that situation in their life is working perfectly? And this is the argument that a lot of people I get greeted with when I present this conversation. But there's another side to that. Do you, and if you works, that's fine, but that doesn't negate your obligation to do a better job of doing you, right? Do a better job of being who you're becoming. Do a better job of learning enough about you that you avoid mistakes, that every choice you make is connected to who you are. It's a simple concept. And the world is full of distractions, and what's ironic is distractions don't even look like distractions. Here's the deal. I guarantee it. Just because your friend gets on social media and likes your stuff, it doesn't mean you have to go through and like their stuff. Especially if that activity takes you away from action in your own life on your own behalf to improve your goals or to achieve your dreams. Do you? I mean, sure, it's great to applaud other people. But what sense is there in spending a minute of time having engaged in a conversation about someone else or about some other thing that whether you agree or you don't agree is not going to impact your life at all? I get this big thing, and I go back to the political environment, the arena, and like I said, I'm not biased. I don't like politicians, regardless of where they come from. But my point is this: how much time did you put into the Biden-Harris campaign? How much support did you throw behind them? And what did your life compromise? What sacrifice in your life did you make because of it? Donald Trump, the same thing. I don't care whether you agree with the capital issue or you don't. Imagine how many lives have been changed because instead of that grandfather thinking to himself, if I were to break into the grocery store, they would arrest me. Doesn't matter what the principle is. If I were to break into a Walmart and go tearing stuff up because I think Walmart sucks, and I don't agree with their values or I have a perceived wrong, that doesn't change the fact that I go to jail. Well, the truth is, the reason a lot of people are in the position they're in right now is because they got so caught up in someone else's story and supporting someone they've never met, the ideas of someone you don't even know. They got off track. They forgot about those fundamental principles in their own lives that says, you know what? We can't hurt innocent people. We can't harm people who aren't trying to harm us. We can't steal things that aren't ours. We can't destroy things that don't belong to us. We can't give unsolicited advice. And I raise my hand there for those of you who know me. I've given a lot of advice, unsolicited advice. This is what you should do. And I guess in a way I'm still saying that. But it's not quite the same. Because I am saying this is what you should do, but what that amounts to is what you should do is you should do you. You should you should focus all of your spare energy on who you are and who you are becoming. It's a perfect combination. It's a perfect recipe for success. I don't know. There's a lot of things in the world right now, a lot of things to look at. And while you're out there looking at them, while you're out there and you're distracted and your time's being taken up looking at that phone, trying to promote somebody's ideas because you believe in them, take a minute and ask yourself, when's the last time you took any action because you believe in you? When's the last time you sat down and you said, okay, I'm going to do something for me now. This is what I want. This is what I'm about. In fact, when's the last time you invited that person you supported so much to support you? Say, hey, listen, I went through it while you were going to school. Now it's my turn. I know you're going to have to spend more time with the kids, but that's, come on. Come on, it's my turn. I'm doing me. You were doing you. I was right there supporting you. Hip, hip, hooray. I was being your cheerleader. I don't know. If you're ready to step to that next rung, if you're ready to bring your life to the next level, to make something in your life better, the first thing you have to do is you have to step back and ask yourself honest questions about who you are and what truly inspires you. And don't get all wrapped up in whether it's possible or not. Don't get all caught up in why you can't, because it will derail your plan. Pick something you're going to do. Pick something you would like to do because it's in the direction that inspires you and adds fuel to your tank, and then take that action. And the best way to do that and the best way to capitalize on your time is to not allow yourself to become distracted with the ideas and the principles of other people, to be led around by the nose because someone that's like you is telling you stories you can agree with. Because unless those stories, unless those efforts on your part are actually changing your life, you're wasting your time. So I don't know. Like I said, for me, it's about me first, because I cannot be my best for you until I'm my best for me. And in order to do that, I have to be honest about where I am. I have to be honest about my truth, about where I'm going and what I love to do and what inspires me. And then I build my foundation. That's my foundation, and I build on that. This podcast is just one step. I really appreciate you showing up. I appreciate you showing up every day. Let me remind you, this is all organic. Anything that comes of this is going to come of this because you share it. I don't pay for ads. I don't pay for promotion. I just don't believe in that, because I think that's an infringement on your right to look at what you believe you want to see. So if you love what I'm doing, if you like what I'm doing, even if you think it sucks, but you appreciate the effort, the fact that I show up every day, please do me a favor. Hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, tell your friends about it. Because in the end, it's only when we work together that we all become better together. So keep that in mind. Let's not forget the kindness. And as always, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.